check out the size of this root ball, first of all, because this was a massive tree. They just finished cutting it down right now because, and you can see some of it there, because they want to get, this is one of the main thoroughfares, alternatives to Roscoe. They needed to get it open, but they're lucky people didn't get hurt here. Look at what happened.
Just fell right on top of the truck and the power lines.
A large tree on top of a care transport van, taking people to and from medical appointments.
People were inside, elderly people, and they were stuck. They didn't know what to do. The driver was in shock.
He and residents from the houses around the incident jumped in to help.
We had to rip the back off there to try to take a couple of them out, and then a few of them we got out of the side door.
I saw the bus and I saw all the people scared and trying to get in a corner to get warm. So I brought them into my garage, my house, and they were nice elderly. So.
Were they pretty shaken up over the whole thing?
Yeah, they were scared.
I called 911 and they responded to me. They called me back about 18 minutes later, asking me what color the bus is.
They tell me that it took a while for 911 to even show up. Do you know anything?
Yeah, about more than an hour probably. We waited.
But besides me, a number of people called 911 and we were just waiting.
He says there was confusion about the address.
She was actually yelling at me, the dispatcher, that, sir, you better keep it down or I'm going to hang up on you. This is ridiculous. We have elderly people stuck in a bus that need help, and you're going to hang up on me for what? We don't get it.
Well, I did reach out to LA City Fire, and they did respond to me. They're telling me that the first unit was dispatched at 8:52 in the morning, that it arrived on scene at 9 a.m., 8 minutes later. Now, there were no patients, so that unit moved on to other locations. They were very busy this morning. Later units may have stopped by. There's obviously some discrepancy. But, you know, at 6 o'clock, we're going to talk about some of the other incidents that are happening all over the valley and probably will continue happening as long as we continue with these winds. Live, I'm Christina Gonzalez in Panorama City. Back to you guys in the studio.
And now to the current wind situation. Yes, the winds are still up. We are out of the worst of it, but if you can see here, some of the numbers up around the Santa Clarita Valley down into Ventura County are still up around 25, 35, even 45 miles per hour. Malibu reporting a 46 mile per hour wind gust, and not an area there that you would want some strong winds because a lot of rain through Malibu and up in through the Santa Monica Mountains through the last couple of months has really weakened the soil and the trees that have been falling over. We look into the Inland Empire, where some very strong gusts were happening earlier. Things have calmed down a little bit. 25, 35 mile per hour wind gusts. Highland Springs at 32. You can see Pleasants Peak in the Santa Ana Mountains. The winds there about 40 to 45 miles per hour. And as we zoom out, we can see that the high wind warning has been canceled early, which is great for Los Angeles westward, but still in effect for the Inland Empire and the mountains of San Bernardino and some portions of the Riverside County area as well through the Banning Pass. And also the Orange County area, the Santa Ana Mountains there. This goes until 6 p.m., but there's also a wind advisory west of that goes until tomorrow morning. So the winds will keep up, it looks like. Not as bad, but enough to probably still do some damage in regard to uprooting some trees going in through Friday morning in the early morning hours. And then as we see Friday morning wane, we will see the winds taper off into the late morning and afternoon. So the high temperatures tomorrow will be warm in response to these offshore winds into the 70s. But if you notice, some clouds and some rain in the forecast tomorrow. Details on that coming up a little later in the full forecast. Back to you.
We've heard that story before. All right, talking more about the winds. Look at that tree in Orange County. Crews are working to clear this tree that crashed onto a group of townhomes. This is in Lake Forest. You can see the extensive damage. There are no reports of injuries, but the Red Cross has been called in to help the people who can no longer stay in these townhouses. Also in Orange County, strong winds likely caused a concrete light pole to come crashing down on a parked car. Look at the smashed windshield of that Volkswagen Beetle. Good news here again, no one was in that car.
For the person that walks out and sees their car like that. This is video posted on the Citizen app out of Reseda, where a downed eucalyptus tree blocked most of Tampa Avenue. The tree also brought down power lines. Right now, crews still working to clear that tree. Fortunately, nobody hurt from that.
Take a look at this video from Pasadena, where the powerful wind gusts uprooted this tree, sending it crashing on Monte Vista Street. The person who owns the property says he was working from home when he heard his son yell that the tree had fallen over.
I lived in Texas and Chicago, both of them windy cities and situations, but I've never seen something like this.
I mean, those roots are insane, right? The homeowner is now working with the tree removal service to get that tree cut up and moved away.
In the Antelope Valley, the wind's creating a scene that looks like an old Western movie. Look at all this tumbleweed and dust along the 50th Street in Palmdale. Fox 11's Matthew Seedorf is going to have a live report from the Inland Empire coming up at 5:30.
That always is a visual, those tumbleweeds, right? All right, in the San Gabriel Valley neighborhood, a massive tree came crashing through the roof of a home. Fox
11's Susan Hirasuna is live in La Crescenta with that. Susan.
Yeah, and it's quite remarkable that the winds are not blowing as heavily as they were just a few hours ago. I want you to take a look at that large tree that came down on the home's garage and into two cars, dramatically into those two cars. And this is just one of the homes or trees that came down in the San Gabriel Valley. A busy day for LA County Fire, with the winds still gusting. Firefighters check out this large tree that came down on Pasadena Parkway. The wind gusts were as high as 55 miles per hour near the foothills. The good news on this tree, it doesn't appear to have damaged the home. Not far away in Altadena, this tree came down, but other than some superficial damage, the homeowner may not need major repair work.
Vertigo Battalion 15.
Noah Portsev was trying to sleep after his night shift.
The wind's crazy. It was hard to even fall asleep on melatonin and everything. Trying to fall asleep, it was blowing the house. It felt like, the dog was going crazy and everything. But we get wind pretty good up here.
That wind took down a large tree 2 houses away.
I got woken up because I work night shift, and I got woken up that a tree fell on my car.
His car and 2 others next door. The branches piercing the windshield and blowing out windows. The weight enough to bend the car's body. The tree came down around 11 a.m. Surprisingly, the tree fell without making much of a sound.
I was working at my desk and I heard the power go out. I have battery backup units and they all did the little poof, and then beep, beep, beep. So that was what I heard. And then my wife yelled, "Hey, the tree went down." So I came outside.
As bad as this looks, Noah will never forget his mom's reaction.
Based on seeing my mom's emotions, it was bad. It scared her because she was holding my 4-month-old baby.
Well, from what we understand, there was no one in those cars when the tree came down, and more specifically, anybody that was in the house, according to Noah, they were not hurt either. But I don't think anybody is in the house right now. At least I wouldn't want to be. And now the wind is kicking back up. Reporting live in La Crescenta, I'm Susan Hirasuna, Fox 11 News.
Susan, thank you. The wind's really kicking up some dust at Burbank Airport. Extreme wind conditions are affecting arrivals and departures, resulting in possible delays and diversions. Travelers reminded to check in with their airlines for updated schedule information.